Yeah.
In our home fries on pastry dough. So we did happy birthday. God, the Most High, right, like your creator or source.
We are one, the found, the found.
Y'all, welcome to Magic Meals with myself, Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Subscribe, hit the notification bell to join the Magic Meals journey to greater conscious awareness that we are. The greater conscious awareness, in which is that we are celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, or we are the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, in evolution. Here with the Magic Meals, I intuitively cook whatever the heart space, the soul space, the ancestors tell me to put in the pot, the pan, the baking dish. This is what I put into the pot, the pan, the baking dish. I'm super excited. Today on Magic Meals, we will be preparing Magic Meal style a butter chicken recipe. Glory spin, y'all. I'm so excited. Let me clap it up. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up, y'all. I've never had butter chicken. Now, I do deeply enjoy Indian food. I even, commune with Hindu ancestors within my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, as well as my brother and sister podcast, Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment, are available to stream. Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips is available to stream for free on YouTube as well as Spotify. Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment is available to stream for free on YouTube. Link below. Subscribe, follow, hit the notification bells to join the Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, as well as Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment Journeys, which is a collective journey to remembrance that we are celestial, Christ unity, oneness consciousness, galactic consciousness, or infinite dimensions in evolution, and our infinite dimensions, harmonious in our infinite dimensions in our evolution, to go into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment in our present moment, to the remembrance of the existential fundamental nature that is our tandem nature with God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. I am channeling, and all of my content I channel or stay heart-centered to let the soul speak to me, through me, to us, through us. Again, to deliver healing frequencies, existential fundamental nature remembrances, in order to assist with evolving us, ascending us, transcending us into the remembrance that we are the divine in evolution. We're one with the cosmos. We're one with the infinite dimensions that is God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. And get in my podcast, I channel ancestral forces and healing energies, entities, wisdoms to assist, to be resources to assist again as we grow and evolve into greater conscious awareness in our one now moment. And the remembrance that we are a collective species, collective energy, infinite energies, infinite potentials, infinite paradigms beyond energies and species. And our paradigm, synaptical understanding of who we are in every moment manifests our now moment, and our now moments, which create our lives, our existence, our evolution, is tandem with the infinite dimensions, infinite paradigms that are God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, and assist with growing, evolving God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, or the self, and our infinite dimensions to greater conscious awareness of our infinite dimensions, as well as our unity, our harmony, our wellness, our balance. I commune with Hindu ancestors in my podcast, and I love Indian food. My favorite Indian curry is Navratan Korma, which is a 9-vegetable Indian curry. I've had tikka masala. I've had, what other Indian curries have I had? Tikka masala, Navratan Korma, y'all, a couple other ones, but I've yet to have butter chicken, and I know you're like, whoa, Ashley, you never had butter chicken? No, I have not. Not yet, until today. So I'm extremely excited. It's been on my spirit to partake in experiencing butter chicken. It just hadn't manifested because it was divine alignment, divine assignment, in order. Everything is divine alignment, divine assignment. Whenever we get to a manifestation or a now moment where we're embodying and partaking, and whatever it is we're embodying and partaking in is divine alignment, divine assignment. And our existence, our every now moment, is assist with the evolution of all things, or God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. I'm super excited. Today we're doing a butter chicken, magic meal style, intuitively guided. Now I did look on the tubes on YouTube I looked at a reel, YouTube shorts. Ooh, reel is Instagram and Facebook. I looked at a YouTube shorts, so we are one. It's yet more the more. I looked at a YouTube shorts to figure out how I'm gonna marinate this chicken, and I also was intuitively I was guided to a butter chicken recipe online. Thank you to the being that posted that butter chicken recipe. So I understood what spices. I knew which spices to get for this meal. More than more, it's all intuitive. It's all the divine evolution. However we manifest in every moment, it's all the divine evolution. It's intuitive. You know, whether we looked it up online, we did this, we did that. Our conscious awareness to the fact that everything that we do is a divine orchestration is what grows and evolves. So I'm excited. We're doing a butter chicken today. We're not doing a customary butter chicken because I had the intuitive, like, just expressive guidance to do butter chicken. It's going to be a butter chicken with cauliflower, broccoli, and peas. So it's giving almost Navratan Korma. My soul said, Ashley, because you want a Navratan Korma, but you also want a butter chicken. So it's butter chicken meets Navratan Korma meets this magic, co-creates this magic meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips episode. So I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Again, like, subscribe, share to join the magic meals with myself, Ashley-Nicole Phillips journey to greater, as we journey as a collective, and we're coming out of this. We're growing and evolving into unity, galactic, celestial Christ consciousness from a separation consciousness where we saw differences, where we saw other, where we saw they, them, where there's always only been the divine in evolution or the self manifesting in infinite ways to co-create greater conscious awareness of what our infinite ways, our wisdoms, in which all beings are. So we're growing into a greater celestial conscious awareness. Hit the subscribe button to join the magic meals of Ashley-Nicole Phillips journey, of a collective journey that is the remembrance that we are the divine in evolution, that we are wellness and balance. Which, let me go ahead and share the King of Things podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips 2033 prophecy. It's also the Oneness Connection energetic upliftment 2033 prophecy. It is global, baby, celestial and beyond prophecy, galactic and beyond prophecy, age of remembrance, the age of unconditional love, the age of Aquarius, where we're rising, we're awakening through our cells, our molecules, our DNA, our spirit, our soul, consciousness expansion. Remember, we are consciousness. And everywhere that we manifest is our consciousness, our energy, or the divine in manifestation from the 0 point moment. Every moment is a 0 point moment. How we manifest in the 0 point moment is our contribution to the evolution of all things. And no longer understanding when we're manifesting from the 0 point moment, it looks like I'm just sitting here. I'm one with all beings, all things, or infinite potentials. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, watching this transmission, you're one with all beings, all things. Again, we're arising out of a separation consciousness where we saw individuality, where we saw other, where we saw one, where we saw a one that was singular, instead of a one that was infinite dimensions. Hit the subscribe button to join the magic meals with myself, Ashley-Nicole Phillips journey, as we all journey, a collective journey to greater remembrance, and to the remembrance that we are infinite dimensions, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High in evolution. So I'm gonna move the camera, change the camera angle. We're gonna be right back. All right, y'all, and we're right back. We're gonna start by washing our hands, and then we're gonna rinse off our chicken. Now I am using chicken breast cutlets. You can use whatever chicken cut you would like. I think chicken breasts are customary for the butter chicken, but again, use whatever chicken you would like. Let me wash my hands. What we're gonna do is rinse off our chicken. I know there's a lot of preferences when it comes to poultry, preparing poultry. If you don't wanna rinse off your chicken, we're not gonna judge. If you rinse off your chicken, we're not gonna judge, okay? No judgment zone, no judgment zone. We know better, we know better. No judgment zone, no judgment zone. We divine presence, we divine presence. My soul is like soul guidance. I share it all throughout my podcast and through this content. Magic Meals, I have mukbang content on here where where we eat and we talk about whatever, I channel about whatever spirit puts on my soul space, on the soul space, which is a collective, really a collective happening. We just get to be quiet or pray and meditate. Which brings me to the call to action. Sit with yourself every day. Ask yourself, hey soul, for at least an hour. Ask yourself, hey soul, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, as well as greater conscious embodiment of our collective, limitless wellness, balance, unity, celestial, Christ consciousness potentials. Wait for the answers because they will come, right? So my soul was like, hey Ashley, try not to judge. Like try not to judge. Lean into wisdoms, or lean into the wisdoms of every moment. So if you're experiencing a moment where you perceive differences, or other than what you would choose to do, or what you would want to do, or how you would want to be, lean into the soul space, the inner space, the heart space. Ask the soul, which our whole existence is soul, truly. Our soul manifests our whole existence. Principle of correspondence, as below, so above. Everything in our reality is a manifestation of our energy. And truly is a symbiotic creation. Everything is a symbiotic, mutually benefiting creation. My soul was like, hey, I should try not to judge differences, but rather lean into remembrance that everything is a divine evolution, and ask what differences are trying to teach you about yourself, about yourself, and lean into the wisdoms of that to grow into more wellness and balance. The 2033 prophecy. By the year 2033, we will be, I think I cut to the next clip without finishing the 2033 prophecy. We're here. We made it. We made it to the 2033 prophecy. 2033 prophecy. One second, y'all. Let me rinse off this chicken cutlet. Rinse off this chicken cutlet. The 2033 prophecy states that by the year 2033, we will be in a state of conscious awareness, conscious embodiment, wellness, balance, mind, body, soul, DNA activation. Do not replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience here in my content, in this episode or any of my content. We'll be in a state of mind, body, soul, DNA, genome activation, consciousness expansion, to understand that we are celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, and evolution. Understand that we are infinite energies manifested as beings of the cosmos of God's creation. The cosmos being a perspective, perception, or one of infinite paradigms of God's creation. Having celestial beings of the cosmos experience, plus infinite other experiences in this one moment. And the way we experience or perceive ourselves in this one moment, we're assisting with the growth and evolution and remembrance of God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite energies within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the remembrance of our existence, fundamental nature, or conscious awareness of the self, of ourselves. By the year 2033, we will be in the state of consciousness expansion, mind, body, soul, DNA, genome activation, to understand that we are infinite energies, having celestial beings of the cosmos experience, a part of a galactic family tree, a galactic neighborhood, bustling galactic neighborhood, remembering that the way we perceive a desolate solar system, a desolate galaxy, a desolate universe, which we really didn't, but whenever there would be anomalies or objects moving in an inner outer space that were contrary to our history's understandings of ourselves, we would write it off as something that we could explain. So we were ignoring or diverting remembrance to the fact that we are a part of a bustling galactic creation with infinite realms, infinite species, infinite planets, infinite cultures that grow and evolve just like ours, much like ours, with varying differences. By the year 2033, we will have the remembrance that we're part of a galactic community, galactic neighborhood, and we'll remember that we are a culture with no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no human trafficking. And again, my podcast, I channel deeper into remembrances of this fact as well. Channel deeper into my podcast to remember these facts. This is facts. So right now what we're doing is we're actually gonna get a counter shot. And I'm gonna overdub as we prepare the marinade for our chicken. Let's go. So we have our chicken that we've nicely cut up for our delicious recipe. Butter chicken meets Navratan Korma recipe. Getting our chicken in our container to marinate our chicken in our yogurt spice marinade. Excuse me, y'all. So the spices that I'm using turmeric, garam masala, what is that? Cayenne pepper, and cumin. I'm not using a lot. I'm not going to be using, still cutting up the chicken, but I'm not going to be using a lot of cayenne pepper. I don't love super spicy food. Just enough spice to give it a bit of flavor and depth and dimensionality. Like our existence, we're awakening to the remembrance that we're many dimensions, and our human dimension as we perceive it. Our human is one of infinite dimensions of ourselves. Our human is actually a part of our evolution, in which has been a phase of dormancy, DNA dormancy. Our human has not always been in DNA dormancy. I'm channeling y'all. What does that mean, Ashley? Y'all's human has not always been in DNA dormancy. Reality happens in cycles. And what we see as parallel universes, or ascension cycles in parallel universes. There are humanoid beings, humanoid species that look like us, some that don't look like us, that are here and now, just as we're here and now. We also have a linear space-time paradigm, so we might see these cycles of divine evolution, or these humanoid species, that some that look like us and some that don't look like us, as being in our future or our past, because the way we perceive linear space-time. When all is truly here and now in different frequencies of divine evolution, or different frequencies simultaneously tandem one with God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Our human was in a state of DNA dormancy where we couldn't perceive the different dimensions of our existence, the humanoid species in other dimensions or other frequencies, or different dimensions of space-time and beyond, and the cosmos and beyond. And now we're being awakened. DNA activation, mind, body, soul, spirit activation, alignment. My soul has really had me lean into the teachings of wisdoms, of being remembered into the teachings of wisdoms in regards to alignment, rather than, we have the understanding of higher vibrational beings. These future selves, future dimensions of the self, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, are higher vibrational beings. Higher vibrational beings. And when we perceive higher vibrational, we would have a hierarchy disposition. Higher or lower, supreme versus submissive or less than. The soul's like, y'all lean into the understanding of alignment, being aligned to your higher self, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, or aligned to more wellness and balance, or aligned to more of your limitless potentials. Again, in celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness. I said higher self again. But we get to evolve our paradigms, so we don't just leave our paradigms in the dust. We bring them with us. So higher self, alignment in celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness. Celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness are the remembrance that all is within, all is one. Even the different dimensions or different perspectives. My soul is like, hey, Ashley, different dimensions are created by different perspectives. Different ways to perceive is what creates evolution, contrast, or different dimensions, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High in evolution. We were in a duality consciousness where we would fight differences. But hey, y'all, differences manifest because of different perspectives, or different vibrations, or different variables that make up the different perspectives, which manifest at different dimensions, or different beings, different places, different paradigms, all still being the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. None of it being bad. We do have collective cultural moral standings, collective moral agreements, or what we consider bad in the way that things that are ailing to our existence, our evolution. And again, my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, I channel remembrances and frequencies in regards to our collective consciousness, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, which includes our human culture, our human beingness, and infinite other beings and paradigms of existence within and beyond, channel with and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. So yeah, you can delve deeper into these understandings in my other podcast, Sister Brother Podcast, again, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole, which is available to stream for free on YouTube and Spotify, as well as Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment on YouTube. This is some good channeling as well. All right, we got all of our chicken diced, sliced, cut up. You cut your chicken however you would like, whatever type of bite sizes you want in your butter chicken. Navratan, Korma, harmonious dish. Now we're getting our Greek yogurt. Have a light Greek yogurt. Use whatever type of yogurt you truly want. But I did a light Greek yogurt, plain yogurt. Make sure you do a plain yogurt, unless you're just going for something else. You and your ancestral guidance, y'all just going for a different type of dish. Do you, baby? Do you? You know, follow your internal guidance.
However you feel guided to dice your chicken, go ahead and do this. All right, so let's see here. So I just have the plain Greek yogurt. I'm not sure how much to add. Like I was in the grocery store picking up the ingredients, the seasonings and things. I did find that recipe online, but I was more looking to see which ingredients I needed for when I went to the grocery store. I wasn't so much looking at how much to add. My ancestors, my soul said, Ashley, just add and you just follow your soul space. Shake the wrist. Add the ingredients into the bowl the way you feel guided. So I have this, let's see, 5.3 ounces of plain Greek yogurt. I'm going to add the whole thing in here. Why not, right? Because I don't want to waste it. Because if I don't add the whole thing, I'm not going to use it. I mean, I could find something to use it for, but I just don't want to waste it. So we're adding all of this Greek yogurt in here. So I'm thinking tender chicken, right? Our chicken's going to be tender. But the thing is, the recipe that I found online, now it did say marinate your chicken for 3 hours. We're not about to do that. We're not about to do that. Not in this episode. You're more than welcome to. It even gave the advice to marinate your chicken overnight. So let's mix in our Greek yogurt with our chicken. You're more than welcome to marinate your chicken for 3 hours. You're more than welcome to marinate your chicken overnight. I'm not gonna do that for this episode because that's not how I flowed. That's not how this episode aligned. That's not how my time aligned for this episode. So we're not going to marinate for 3 hours. We're not doing it overnight. I'm actually gonna eat this butter chicken, cauliflower, broccoli, pea recipe. Navratan korma meets butter chicken recipe. I'm gonna eat this for dinner. Dinner for the next few nights, dinner and lunch for the next few days, actually. So, and it's Sunday. My work schedule, this coming week is my 9 to 5 work. For the next coming week is Monday through Friday. So I don't have the time to, I didn't have the time to make this a 2-day process. Yesterday I was doing things. I was doing some other stuff. Oh, I was doing the Kingdom Things podcast episode. I'm going to link it below. We did a Kingdom Things podcast episode, y'all. We channeled some really beautiful celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, remembrance in regards to our existential fundamental nature, like really significant. How we're projections from our future selves, our 2033 and beyond selves into this dimensionality. How our future selves projected us into existence, co-created us into existence using advanced consciousness, spiritual modalities to project us into this reality. Basically, to put our energy, our future self, putting our energy under a microscope, a magnifying glass, to perceive ourselves, observe ourselves under this energetic alchemy in which created our existence, co-created our existence in order to garner the wisdoms from ourselves projected into this realm under this energetic alchemy to be the wisdoms, to grow into greater conscious awareness of our existential fundamental nature. So yesterday I was channeling this Kingdom Things podcast installment. It is intimate. It is candid because I share my personal journey of remembrance, how I was guided onto the path of divine remembrance, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness. I'm going to link the episode below in the description of this Magic Mills installment. Now, I know this Magic Mills installment is probably going to go out in a couple weeks. So, the Keynote Things podcast episode, once I posted this Magic Mills installment, is going to be a couple weeks posted, which is great. Cool. All right. So, yes, this is what I was doing yesterday, Saturday. So, I didn't have the time to make this butter chicken recipe, a 2-day process, which is okay. I was actually guided by the soul space. Hey, Ashley, just rest. Like, don't try to do like all of this. It's this Keynote Things podcast remembrance episode, as well as the butter chicken. Make it a 2-day process. Don't try to do it. So, say all this to say, share all this to say, channel all this to say, this is not going to be a 3-hour marinade, overnight marinated chicken. But you're more than welcome to marinate yours 3 hours or overnight. So we have our plain Greek yogurt and our chicken here for marinating our chicken. And then I'm going to add some cumin just until I feel guided to stop. Add some cumin to the recipe. I probably need to take the lid off. I'm afraid I'm going to add too much if I take the lid off. So we have our cumin. Let's give this a mix, stir, blend. Our cumin. Yes, you're welcome, thank you. Mix, stir, blend. For our butter chicken. It's smelling so good, delicious already with that adding the cumin in here. Smelling plenty seasoned. We got some more seasonings to add. So we had our cumin first. Now we have our ground turmeric. Wait, give me a minute, y'all. I haven't opened these up yet. I purchased these yesterday at the store, and I haven't opened them up yet. These seasonings, give me a moment. So we did our cumin. Now we're adding our ground turmeric. Ground cumin, ground turmeric. The turmeric's coming out well, which is good. Just until the ancestral forces say that's enough. That's how I feel intuitively to stop. Turmeric smells delicious. Smells kind of smoky. Just wondering what type of taste. I haven't tried. I don't know the elements that turmeric is bringing to the dish. I've worked with cumin plenty, so I kind of know what, I can kind of perceive the elements that the cumin is going to bring. Turmeric, I haven't really worked with turmeric at all. Just straight turmeric. I've never used turmeric as a seasoning, but it smells kind of smoky. It's giving that pretty orange color. We have other seasonings, and then we're gonna add these same seasonings into our pan when we get our sauce going. As we cook our chicken and then get our sauce going, we're gonna add these same seasonings. So I don't want to do too much seasoning with our marinade. Just enough. Again, season to your liking until your intuitive guidance, your ancestral forces say that's enough, or add more. So we got our cumin, we got our ground cumin, ground turmeric, and now we have our garam masala blend. Garam masala. Ooh, it smells so delicious. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. When I got this from the store, I was like, this is what Indian restaurants be smelling like. Cause you walk into an Indian restaurant, it smells it smells like Indian seasonings and things. That's what, and this, I've always wanted to know, like, what is that? It's plenty, the soul says, the ancestral forces says, plenty of seasonings, including this garam masala blend. So now we're adding our garam masala blend. It's coming out well, so we don't have to take off the lid. Just add it until the ancestors say, that's enough, that's plenty, Ashley. That's plenty. Okay, that's the plenty. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stir in our garam masala. I'm so excited, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, my soul, my spirit, my heart is activating. Divine remembrance, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, harmony, wellness, balance, upliftment for all beings, all things. To remember us that we are the divine in evolution, limitless potentials in evolution. We are wellness, we are balance, we are peace. We are no death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no being trafficking. Oh, DNA activations. You're welcome, thank you. Yeah, this smells so good. Oh my goodness. It smells like an Indian restaurant and I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so we got a garam masala blend. Last but certainly not least, we have our chili powder. I have our chili powder here. Now, yeah, I work with chili powder plenty as well. So I know about chili powder, some spices, some other notes and tones, elements of flavor, and the chili powder, and that's enough. Because I don't want it to be too spicy. We're going for like a spice level 2, so mild, so mild. We don't want too much spice in here. All right, y'all, aren't we excited? Look at that, look at this. Now I do want I want this butter chicken recipe. I want this butter chicken recipe to be a deep like golden color. That's the goal. We have tomato paste for, this is the marinade. We have tomato paste that's gonna go in our sauce when we get to cooking, when we get to using heat to cook. So that's gonna give us a deep golden, orange, brown color. For our butter chicken. Y'all, we're cooking. Look at this. Look at our marinade. All right, yeah, we had to adjust our storage space. Now I use Tupperware for our marinated chicken, so all I have to do is pop the lid on. Plop the lid on. Put this in the refrigerator. This is gonna be in the refrigerator as long as it takes for us to go to the store, pick up our heavy cream, because we forgot heavy cream yesterday, and get back to the house. We'll be back momentarily. All right, y'all, so back from the store. Back from the store, I have an engagement, I have an appointment, I have a BioLife appointment. I donate plasma for extra, to use as for like grocery money, as well as for extra money, as well as, it's a good cause. As we're evolving out of disease, there are people that need plasma for their medications. So it's a good cause to assist those that are need medication that's produced through using plasma. So I'm crunched for time. We're gonna be back. It's gonna be no time for y'all, but I'll be back probably wearing something different. I want y'all to know. I don't want y'all to feel like, what happened? I have a bioplasma appointment. So what we're doing, back from the store, we got our heavy cream. We also got 1 white onion because we forgot our onion yesterday. Actually, onion wasn't on the list, I don't think, the grocery list for the recipe that I picked up online. But the soul guidance, the ancestral forces said, Ashley, get an onion. Now I was gonna get a yellow onion because I'm just so used to cooking with yellow onions. The ancestral forces said, no, Ashley, get a white onion. Trust, get a white onion. I said, okay, I'll trust. I'll get a white onion. My eyes are burning. And then I didn't know how much of the onion to use, but in my inner space, I heard myself say, clairaudiently, I heard myself say, I'm gonna use just about all of the onion, just about all the onion. I was like, no, I'm gonna use the whole onion. In my conscious mind, I was like, no, I'm gonna use the whole onion. And then my soul chimed in and said, Ashley, that was soul guidance. Don't use all of the onion. Use most of it, but don't use all of it. So that was soul guidance. My soul said, Ashley, share. So y'all have a, y'all open up as a community in regards to y'all's multidimensionality. Share. We are opening up as a community. No longer a stigma, taboo in regards to our multidimensionality. No longer labeling our multidimensionality, schizophrenia, autism, bipolar disorder, neurodivergence, but understanding that our multidimensionality or schizophrenia. And do not replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience in any of my content, including this episode. I channel from the soul space, schizophrenia, bipolar, autism, neurodivergence. These are this are multidimensionality, misconstrued, misunderstood. And actually, in a lot of my Kingdom Things, in a lot of the Kingdom Things podcast, as well as Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment Catalog, I channel these wisdoms, these understandings about how we misunderstood our nature, labeled our nature as impediments, diseases, abnormalities, when they truly are multidimensionality misunderstood. The Kingdom Things podcast episode that I did yesterday, and which is linked below in the description of this video, I channel about this as well. So this is in the episode. You're more than welcome to help yourself to it. The content, again, whatever. Do not replace any of your professional medical advice with anything you experience or hear in the podcast or this, episode, any of my content. So we have just about all of our onion. This is the part we're not going to use today, the end of the onion. We're going to go ahead and start chopping up our onions, chopping up our onion pretty finely. My larger plate that I would normally chop on, I would normally chop my vegetables on. These plates are in the dishwasher and it needs to be cycled, turned on. So we're using this little antique looking plate to chop up our vegetables, and we're going to put our vegetables on this plate to the left after we chop them up. This is fine enough. This is fine enough. Let's just half it. And again, chop your onion as you see fit, as you want in your dish. I'm not gonna blend my curry. So these onions will be they'll be in every bite, dang darn near. So chop your onions to the degree in which you want to chop your onions, because we are keeping the onions in the curry, and we're not going to blend the vegetables, the onions, we're not going to blend it into the curry sauce, so it's going to pretty much be I'm crunched on time, so these larger parts pretty much the onion's going to be in every bite pretty much. I'm going to bring the plate closer just to show y'all the size in which I'm chopping my onion for this butter chicken curry dish. Ooh, white onions make your eyes burn. Yellow onions don't. They're making my eyes burn. Yellow onions don't make my eyes burn when I chop them up. I don't have this issue right now, right here. Let me stand back a degree. Finish chopping up our onion. We'll just go around this little onion and core thing. Chop around this, and I told y'all this plate was antique. It literally fractured our plate. Luckily, there is no glass. We're gonna speak that, no glass in our onion. Let's go ahead and transfer our onion over to this other plate, and we're gonna look at the spiritual meaning of what should we look at the spiritual meaning to. We're gonna put it right here. That's the spiritual element. Two halves make a whole. We don't have to look nothing up. We'll just take the spiritual element. We're gonna scry this moment. Actually, I'm channeling it. Two halves make a whole. That's what we should take away from the plate fracturing. Two halves make a whole. All right, plate. We had a good run over the years. You're about to make it into the bin, the trash bin. All right, so we have our onion here. Let me show y'all. Pretty large chunks. I kept it pretty chunky. We're gonna have cauliflower and broccoli. So it's gonna be baby's giving Navratan Korma, and we already said that that's divinely aligned because I personally love Navratan Korma. All right, let's get another plate, y'all. I'm gonna use this shallow bowl that I have here. Darn near like a plate. I have plenty of other plates up there. Those are just like serving plates. They're not like something I would want to chop vegetables on. All right, so we are gonna save this onion. I could probably use it in another dish. The end of this onion. put the rest of our onion in this little Tupperware bowl. And now we're gonna go ahead and chop up our garlic, our fresh garlic. I'm using garlic from a fresh bulb of garlic. The Ancestral forces, they're recommending it. They're saying, yeah, use fresh produce, use fresh garlic, fresh onion. And I'm doing pretty thin slices. I'm gonna keep it pretty chunky. Again, I'm not gonna blend. The garlic into the sauce either. It's our curry. So the goal is for the vegetables to be pretty tender. The garlic. Now we know the broccoli and the cauliflower and the peas are gonna be plenty tender because I'm using frozen broccoli. Ancestors. Frozen broccoli, frozen cauliflower, and canned peas. This onion is fresh, this garlic is fresh. So we're gonna cook this. We're gonna cook this with our chicken. When we cook our chicken, saute our chicken in the pan. The goal is for this garlic and this onion to get pretty tender to where it almost melts in your mouth. Almost melts in our mouth. So we're slicing this garlic. A little bruised part in the garlic. Slicing up this garlic pretty fine. It's still gonna be a great bite. You know, it'll be noticeable in the bites. The sliced garlic. Again, we're gonna cook it so the garlic cooks down pretty tenderly. I am using 3 parts of the garlic bowl. Use as much garlic or as little garlic as you would like. So let's finish slicing our garlic here. It's gonna be delicious in our curry. Butter chicken meets Navratan Korma. Curry. I've always been a person, and this now I know it's like our multidimensionality. I've always been a person like different languages. If words are in different languages, I've always been a person to try to pronunciate the words with the cadence and like energy of the origin of the word. I do this well with Spanish, and then pretty well with Spanish. I'm from Texas. I do this pretty well with Spanish. I grew up around many Hispanic people. So I do this pretty well with Spanish, and then that's why I say Navratan Korma like that, like this. Navratan Korma. That's why I say it like this. Just wanted to explain that for anyone that had questions. Navratan Korma. All right, we're slicing up our last piece of garlic here. Now I know that's our multidimensionality. Whenever we manifest in the present moment from 0 point or from infinite potentials, we manifest in ways that are like contrast or juxtaposed or differing from what our demographics on paper say we should be like. Whenever we manifest as differences is, multidimensionality. Whenever we grow and evolve, it's multidimensionality. As we just exist in this one spot, one place, is multidimensionality. Is our existence, is the acclamation of infinite dimensions, which manifests from 0 point or the now moment. All right, so we got our garlic pieces, garlic slices here. We got our garlic pieces, garlic slices. And this is how we sliced our garlic. Again, pretty large, nice chunks that are gonna, nice large slices that are gonna get tender for us as we cook them. When we come back, it'll be just a flash for yourself. But again, I get to go to my bio life appointment. Our last fresh produce ingredient, we're adding fresh ginger. So right now we're just, I just cut this off of a piece of ginger root. Just, ooh, it smells so good. So fragrant. Ginger is so fragrant, so aromatic, fragrant. This piece of ginger, I cut off of a piece, just a small, I just purchased a small piece of ginger root from the grocery store produce section. So we're just skinning, peeling our ginger root. We're gonna use all the ginger here. It's not too big of a piece. Let me put it up closer. Just using all this ginger right here. Skinning it up, skinning it up, skinning it up. Ooh. Alright. I know this is going to be the most cumbersome part, but it's not as cumbersome as I thought it was going to be. I perceived it was going to be. But it does have this ginger, you know, ginger has grooves and edges and things. So that's where it's like we got to get into these little crevices and grooves and things and things. We got to get this cleaned up pretty nicely. It's not that bad. It's not that cumbersome. Not this cumbersome. And once we finish cleaning up and dicing up our ginger, we're gonna, okay, I'm getting ancestral guidance. Well, I'm picking up collective contribution. The ginger, we're gonna skin it, but we're not gonna slice it because we're gonna add it to our curry. We're gonna cook it in our curry with our chicken, but for the flavor, but we're gonna take it out. We're gonna take out the ginger root. We're not gonna keep it in here. So I hear collective advice, collective opinions. We'll do this for the ginger part. Right now I'm hearing the collective asking like, would you keep the root in? That's an option, yeah, to chop up this root. But actually, well, we maybe like grate it. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it in, I'm gonna grate it instead of chopping it. It's like we're gonna keep it in the dish, but we're gonna grate it. We're not gonna chop it. And we're gonna do that when we get back actually. So we're just cleaning and skinning our ginger root, and we'll grate it into our curry and keep it in here. Keep it in the curry instead of chopping it. You're welcome. Thank you. We got here, ancestors. We got to the plan. We got to the plan. The ancestors said, thank you, Ashley. That's what we would do. The subcontinent of Asia, India, that's what we would do. We go ahead and grate it up in there. Into our curry. All right, cool, y'all. Wash off our knife. Wash off our hand. Alrighty. Let's bring the plate of our chopped, cut skin produce. So we have our onion, we have our garlic, we have our ginger root. And when we get back, we're gonna finish our curry. See y'all in a little bit. All right, y'all. I have some super duper abundant correspondence from our ascended timeline, future self existence, which is truly here now, in which I received on my excursion, my errands, going to my bio-life appointment. So we're gonna put together our butter chicken Navratan Korma harmony recipe, and we're gonna channel about this. I'm a channeler for the divine. That's what my podcasts are. That's what my podcasts exemplify or share. We're all truly channels for the divine, as we are a manifestation from the now moment, or the 0 point moment, as we like to call it, of infinite dimensions, or God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. The infinite dimensions within and beyond, God, Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Hold on one second here. We, us. So, check out the podcast. Whatever calls your heart space, you're more than welcome to utilize on your own journey, or the authentic frequency, which is you, or your contribution to the evolution of all things. I say that I invite you to say, I've been channeling ancestral forces from all over the cosmos and beyond, as they're helping us into remembrance. The catalog is healing frequencies. We channeled about this earlier. Healing frequencies from the future to help us manifest as a future in the present moment. No death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no being trafficking. Consciously aware of our celestial galactic oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, nature. Mass awakening to be manifest as our future selves in the present moment, as we channeled earlier. So, I'm going to link some Kingdom Things podcast content below. We're linking the one that we channeled yesterday, and also a few other ones. The one from yesterday is really great. It's adequate. I'm gonna just add a few other ones in there as well. Add a few other ones in there as well. And I put some butter in the pan, y'all. I just put some salted butter to saute our garlic and onion. We're gonna wait to do our ginger. You can use oil, whatever oil you want, or butter as well. Salted, unsalted butter if you would like. So let's get our onions and our garlic in the pan. Again, we're gonna leave aside our ginger. We're gonna incorporate our ginger to our recipe later. So I got correspondence from our ascended future selves, which are truly here and now. We're awakening to the remembrance that all is truly here and now. It's a change of vibration in vibration, infinite other dimensions. We know the vibrations, a shift in vibrations to uplift our frequency, to align with more abundant thought patterns, to manifest as our future from the now moment or the 0 point moment. So I was driving, and I call it powwow sessions whenever I convene with the soul space, the inner space, the future self, the cosmos, the ancestral forces through the inner space. I call it powwow sessions. So I'm having a powwow session, and I channeled it before. I'm gonna link in the Kingdom Things podcast and something below. It's human 2,000 year reset. Oh my gosh! Transcend that. Be the wisdom, be the wellness. I'm speaking that on ourselves. I've channeled this before. Raise my vibration. So today I wouldn't do a 2,000 year reset title to manifest that. Let's be the wisdom, be the wellness. My soul was like Ashley was for a great reason. Is to manifest, to be here and now, to consciously be communicating with ascended timelines of your ascended cycles of reality. Of infinite dimensions, infinite ascended timelines, infinite species, infinite galaxies, infinite universes. Infinite solar systems. So in this episode, human 2,000 year reset, I'm linking it below in the reference content. I included an audio clip. I was walking back from the grocery store, and I was communicating with the inner space, the soul space, full circle moment, surprise. Right, divine remembrance, about a satori, spontaneous spiritual awakening. I channeled. It's a questions and answers with God, and I channeled how I was led into asking these questions, asking these questions, and I channeled the answers. It's like I channeled that there's other beings that hold your name the way that you hold your name. And they exist in parallel timelines, parallel realities, parallel universes. I was like, whoa. Full circle moment today. I'm on the way to my bio life appointment, community and inner space powwow session with the ascended timelines of ourselves future humans that are truly here and now, that are more greater mastering into the celestial oneness, galactic unity, Christ consciousness. To the members that were one in divine evolution, Christ celestial, galactic Christ consciousness, we're one in divine evolution. Infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahma, and the Most High. And they're like, the King of Things podcast episodes that I'm going to go in the description, they're like, we projected, I've been channeling this, like, they're like, the ascended timelines are our future selves, which are infinite dimensions. They're like, we projected y'all into this, they're like, we projected y'all into this realm that manifests your existence in order to put ourselves under a magnifying glass microscope to view ourselves in the alchemy that manifests your energy or more dimensionality, in order to garner the wisdom from how we perceive ourselves, in order to be the wisdom, to be the evolution, to be the growth. So earlier when I was down, it's like to ourselves in more awareness, more balance, more joy. I just was talking to my mom, excuse me, baby got off track. So like we put ourselves under a magnifying glass in order to perceive ourselves in more wellness, in order to perceive ourselves in more dimensionality, to be the wisdom from how we perceive ourselves, in order to, go and evolve our energy into more wellness, more balance, more joy. More conscious awareness of our infinite limitless potential. Yes. I was like, whoa. So they're like, y'all are clones, basically. I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah. That would for our paradigm synoptical understanding, yeah, that would be what we are. We're clones of our ascended timeline selves. I was like, whoa, shoot. I never perceived it like that. Although I did channel it in 2000 year reset, like, God was like, at the time, God was like, y'all, they're clones. The other timelines, dimensions of yourself, they're clones. And, the divine observes these different timelines of reality in order to guard the wisdom to create more evolution, more growth, more conscious awareness of our infinite potentials, infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahma, the Most High. I was like, whoa. So yeah, I was guided to share this remembrance. Y'all can go listen to the podcast for greater detailed channeling all types of ancestral forces. Assist as we all awaken and remember, and to be a resource as we awaken and remember into greater celestial galactic oneness, unity, Christ consciousness. Right? It's exciting. Whew. Wellness, balance, love, divine remembrance. That's love. You know how you always used to question, like, what is love? I channeled the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Lyrans. I'll link this episode below within the King of Things podcast. And they're like evolution, loving ourselves and being compassionate. Loving ourselves unconditionally by understanding that everything we experience as a collective, as individuals, when we perceive ourselves as in an individual form, everything that we experience is to grow and evolve us into more wellness, more balance, more unity, more conscious awareness of our limitless infinite nature. Loving ourselves and each other, being compassionate, unconditionally loving through our evolution. This is love. And we grow and evolve more, and we garner new perspectives, new paradigms of understanding. This is love. It's like, whoa, we're loving, y'all. We're loving. Again, I'm going to link this King of Things podcast installment in the reference content below as well. All right, so we done sauteed up our white onion and garlic to a good point. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the fire for just one moment, because what I want to do is put this to the side, these onions, put the onions and sauteed onion and garlic to the side. So I can put that right here. This plate is a little bit cold, so I hope there's no more fracturing of plates this episode. With the heat touching the coal, it should be fine. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get our marinated chicken out of the refrigerator. And y'all, shoot, I forgot I had to go do my BioLife appointment. Well, I thought I'd be quicker with preparing this butter chicken. So I thought we were just gonna get marinated. The chicken was just gonna be marinated for a little bit, but it's been a couple hours at least, 2 hours at least. No, it's been 3 hours because my appointment was at 1 o'clock. It's darn near 4. I left the house at 12. I made the marinated chicken at like 11 o'clock. So it's been the adequate time. So our chicken, I say this to say our chicken has got a good marinade on it. So we have our sweated out, sauteed up onions and garlic over here on this plate. Just put it to the side. And y'all, I'm freestyling this, how we can prepare this ensemble. So, or intuitively doing this, so do the same. You don't have to follow me, step by step. Follow your heart space, your soul space. Again, call to action, sit with yourself every day. So your descended timeline of yourself or your future self, which is here now, greater mastered into remembrance that we are celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness can guide you not only through making your recipes, but guide you into being the wisdoms from how you show up, how we show up in every moment, to be frequencies of wellness, remembrance, conscious, infinite energies, having galactic species of the cosmos experience and infinite other paradigms of understanding in every one moment, to assist with the growth and evolution of all things, and how we perceive ourselves in every one moment is analogous to our contribution to the evolution of God, Allah, Shekinah, Firm Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond God, Allah, Shekinah, Firm Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. We think regeneration, not catastrophe, as well. With our new beginnings, regeneration with new beginnings. Yes, it's true. All right. So I turn our fire back on a low heat. We'll go ahead and put it like on a medium low heat. Wash my hands, and then we're gonna put our marinated chicken in the pan. No, I'm not sure about I am being a chance to have a bit of yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get our marinated chicken in our pan. Let me actually kind of. This smells so good. Let's get our marinated chicken in the pan. I channeled in the podcast as well. Actually, I channeled in my music. It's a song called Cancer Free. I'm wrapping up, focusing on creating music as one of my pastimes, one of my contributions to the evolution of the collective. One of my self-identifiers, creating music. I'm wrapping up this evolution in this phase of my evolution. But I have created music in my catalog. I created music within my divine evolution experience. You can actually find my musical catalog, Ashley-Nicole music, on YouTube and below. There's been times where I've shared music before my rapid spiritual awakening into greater celestial galactic oneness, unity, Christ consciousness existence. You'll perceive that. You also perceive my newer music where my soul's like, hey Ashley, or my higher self, or my ascended timeline self, which is one with all of us. I was like, hey Ashley, deep dive in your inner space. Heal yourself and share healing frequencies and wisdoms in the music. So this is what I've been doing for a few years. And I channeled a song called Cancer Free. And Cancer Free is like, we're infinite energies. The lyrics, it's a rap song, a hip hop poetic song. Excuse me, y'all. It's a hip hop poetic song. This chicken smells so good. And the lyrics are about I channel lyrics, wisdoms in regards to our existential fundamental nature. It's like we're infinite energies manifested and as an experiment of the cosmos. And we're being stewarded by the Galactic Federation of Light is what we know it as. or beings and universal forces that ensure harmony and wellness in the galactic creation, galactic experience of God's creation. God's creation having infinite dimensions, you know, and the galactic creation being one of the infinite dimensions of God's creation, simultaneously one with the infinite dimensions of God's creation. And the lyrics is like, whenever, so we're infinite energies, one with God, Allah, Shekinah, Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond, God, Allah, Hashem, Source, the Most High, Shekinah, the Most High. Whenever we incarnate in experiences like this, a galactic experience of the cosmos, of God's creation, we're stewarded by, you know, as a Galactic Federation of Light, other galactic forces to create harmony, wellness in God's creation. And they assist with connecting us to frequencies, dimensions of our soul, or the makers of us, or the energy in which we are. They assist with connecting us to these dimensions of God's creation in order to assist us with remembering, growing, evolving into divine remembrance, to be remembrance in the present moment that we are the divine God, Allah, Shekinah, Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond, God, Allah, Shekinah, Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, in evolution, collective remembrance, collective evolution, collective shifts. And so shall it be. And it's like, whoa, that's the remembrance. The soul wanted me to share this. Galactic Federation of Light wanted me to share this. The Ascended Timeline Self wanted me to share this. That's the download. It's really cool. This is the download. So grateful, a lot of gratitude for remembrance. You know, whenever we remember, have bouts of spiritual awakening, you know, we pray, set the intention, let this be a collective remembrance, collective evolution, collective shift. Let us perceive how we are collective, how we are one in our infinite dimensions, how we are one in the divine, how we are one in wellness, harmony, balance, divine remembrance, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no, being trafficking, no pedophilia, awakening to remembrance that we are infinite energies having galactic species of the cosmos experience. Be one with our ascended timeline selves in the present moment. We gotta get this chicken off in here. But I feel like once we put okay, so I'm putting see how the pan is kind of still in that butter and the onions and stuff. The pan is kind of burning up a little bit. But we're gonna be patient with the cook of our chicken. It's looking good, it's looking great. And then we're gonna be using tomato paste in our butter chicken sauce. So I'm probably gonna put that in there first. You know, when you use tomatoes, the acid from tomatoes, it cleans the bottom of it's going to clean the bottom of the pan really good, really well. So we'll use the tomato paste first. Be patient. Let this cook for a couple more minutes. The chicken. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our chicken over here on this piece of foil to the side. We don't want to cook it all the way through too much. We just want to cook it a good like 80% of the way. Because we're gonna put this chicken. We want it to be tender. We're gonna put this chicken in our butter chicken sauce, our butter chicken curry. Butter chicken meets Navratan Korma curry recipe. So we just want to cook the chicken like 80% of the way. And we're gonna again leave all this extra straggled chicken bits and things on the bottom. Marinate, glow, caramelization on the bottom of the pan. And we'll get it off with the tomato paste. Get it up with the tomato paste. I started to put oil in here, but if I would put oil, a bit of oil, I don't know. I didn't want the chicken to just end up being boiled, like boiling. I didn't want it to get a bunch of water come from the chicken and just end up being boiled chicken. And I had this glow on it, glow / caramelization. I'm gonna put a bit more butter in the bottom of the pan. So it doesn't burn too much. Just bottom of the pan, because we still got some chicken to cook. So we put some more butter in the bottom of the pan. Yeah. Like this is like literally buttered chicken. I don't see it. It doesn't. I'm sure people cook it like this because we're collective. But I don't think this is not what makes it buttered chicken. Just for anybody perceiving buttered chicken for the first time, this is not what makes it buttered chicken. Okay. And I don't think it's called buttered chicken in India. It's called something else. And this recipe is called something else in India. I don't remember, so something like marsala, I think. Alright, just want to let y'all know that we're aware of this. I don't want the bottom of our pan to burn too much. We're adding some more butter in here. We don't want our chicken to burn either, so adding some more butter in here. We do like the tandoori glow, yes we do. Tandoori oven. All right, let's see if we can get a good amount of our chicken in here. My divine counterpart is chiming in. My divine counterpart, coin, universal travel buddy. We haven't met in the physical reality yet. Because our soul, our ascended timeline self, wanted to make sure our clones, our sons, our future timeline selves, they didn't want us coming together until we remembered. Because they didn't want us getting complacent and like outdated storylines, human tendencies. They didn't want us getting complacent in these. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know that I'm aware of what tandoori is. Tandoori oven. The tandoori oven. So I said tandoori oven. We communicate multidimensionally. Y'all know what multidimensionality is. We're all awakening. Yeah, so I think it's looking good, feeling good, smelling good, being good. I'm gonna fast forward this last chicken cooking bits. you hear yourself? Or you hear yourself? Tell the rabbis, I mean, you may not tell the rabbis, but I'm sure they told you how, like, you have to focus on, like, a bigger picture that's bigger than you. Like I'm diagnosed with your uncle's been telling this for years. All right, y'all, so we have our basmati. I'm using basmati rice. Have our basmati rice on the back burner. You can use whatever rice you would like. If you don't want to use rice, you just want to use naan, or you want to dip pizza into your butter chicken Navratan Korma harmony dish recipe, that's on you. Do that, whatever you feel guided to do. All right, y'all, again, this is intuitive cooking. We're getting the ingredients that the recipe that I was guided to, we have the ingredients, and now we're just gonna have to add them to the pan. Intuitively, I'm starting off with tomato paste. Again, I want to the acidity from tomato paste. I want it to help me clean up the bottom of this pan. Get all of these marinated chicken drippings. And I am gonna use a bit of it. My internal space just said stop. I'm gonna use one more. I'm gonna use one more forkful, about 2/3 of a 6-ounce can. I just having an internal dialogue or communion with the ascended timeline. So healing with an inner space power session. And it's like, we didn't know when to say when. Like, we didn't know when to, like, there's times where we just didn't, we had a frequency, a way of our human nature, our galactic beyond nature and evolution. We didn't know when enough was enough. Like, it's time for us to be the wisdoms from our evolution and stop perpetuating the imbalances, stop blaming other beings, other things, or the they, them, or the top 1%, or Jeff Bezos, or Jeffrey Epstein, or Oprah, whoever you want to blame it. Beyonce, Jay-Z, that's going to age appropriately. It's time to stop blaming folks. Rihanna, it's time to stop blaming folks for our indiscretions. Drop into our heart space here. So yourself, what is the collective? What is this being? What is this thing? What is this dimension? What is my day? What am I trying to teach me about myself to grow into greater conscious awareness and balance from our evolution, to be the wisdoms and stop perpetuating the imbalances? All right. So yeah, we didn't know when to say when. It's time to be the wisdoms, be inquisitive about our existence, our every moment. To be the wisdoms from our evolution, our history, our linear timeline experience of infinite potentials, or our history, be the wisdoms, to be the wellness, to be our ascended timeline selves in the present moment, no death, no disease, no war, no famine, no peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no being trafficking. Awaken to the remembrance that we are celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, and evolution. We are Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, and evolution. And so we remember, collective remembrance, collective evolution, collective shifts. Okay? Just clean all this up. And we got to forgive Bill Gates too. Everybody in the Epstein files, we got to forgive them. So we can all realize our ascended timeline selves in the present moment. Because shoot, we think we're going to leave one being out, blame one being, and keep it pushing and ascend. That's not how it's going to go. There ain't no split timelines. There ain't no split. Hey, baby, if we thought we was going to split the timeline, go to heaven on earth, and other dimensions of our collective weren't, we were going to be sorely mistaken when the tides turned and we became the split timeline that stayed in the lower vibrations. We were going to be sadly mistaken when we turned into those beings to show us, hey, we've always only been one. So yeah, so we remember that we're one and divine. It's time to be the wisdoms from our evolution. Take accountability. All right, what are we doing next? What's the next element? Let me turn on this fire for a second because I need to grab it. Let's do our heavy cream. We'll do the heavy cream next. So we're adding our heavy cream into the pan. I don't know if I want to dump all of it. I don't think I want to dump all of it off in here. Okay, let's turn our fire back on. Let's just add a little bit at a time. Let's add half of it. I have a 1 pint, 16 flow ounces. We're gonna add half of the 1 pint. But first, let's re-add our onions and our garlic in here. We add our garlic and our onions. And our garlic, our onions with our tomato paste. And let's add half of our heavy whipping cream. I'm only gonna add half because I want to get our broccoli and cauliflower in here. See how that cooks into the curry, to our sauce, butter chicken sauce. And then we're gonna add the rest of the heavy cream because I feel like I'm doing frozen cauliflower and broccoli, so I feel like it's gonna add some liquid in here. I just want to see how it cooks down in this dish. We got a bit of chicken stuck to the bottom of the pan. Let's get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up. All right. That's the flavor, divine counterpart. That's that flavor. It's like, Ashley, get a clean pan. You should have got a clean pan. No, that's the ancestral forces already told me. When I was cooking the chicken, and they, like the little bits were burning at the bottom, the ancestral forces said, Ashley, that's going to add flavor. Just use the tomato paste. Put the tomato paste in there first. The acidity from the tomato is going to help clean up the bottom of the pan. That's going to be flavoring the dish. I said, Shirley, thank you. Thank you, and Shirley. My divine counterparts telepathically, multidimensionally chiming in. Looking in, perceiving in, chiming in. He wants to channel, like, don't come in here with nonsense. Don't come, I mean, there's no such thing as nonsense. Let me be respectful and compassionate with the collective rising. There's no such thing as nonsense, but don't come over here with all that. Ashley. Oh, Don't talk about Toronto accent. We don't want to do that right now. That was so 5 minutes ago when it was on mute and the video was just fast forwarding. We don't want to talk about the Toronto accent. Anywho, y'all, isn't our butter chicken looking so delicious? What we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna get some more of our seasonings added in here. We have. I told you I don't let me know. You don't need. Beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna add some turmeric, some more of our turmeric in here. The ancestors said light touch, light touch, light touch. This is not Southern cooking. Okay. All right, y'all. So we added our garam masala. So we did the cumin, and we also added a bit more garam masala. Now we're gonna add. I just washed my hands. Yes, I did. Now we're gonna add some lemon juice. It needs some acidity. We're gonna do some lemon juice and a bit of salt. So we do half of a lemon, half of a large lemon, and a bit of salt. All right, so we got our lemon juice and a bit of salt. We'll go grab the salt. Bit of salt. We are gonna add more the rest of our heavy cream in here. So we doing all of this spicing, seasoning up. We're gonna have to add more seasoning. Once we put more heavy cream, we're gonna taste it again and add more seasoning. But this is okay. This is a process. This is fun. This is joy. And so shall it be. And so it is. You're welcome. Thank you. It smells so delicious. Our big pot of basmati rice on the back end. So I'm adding to my butter chicken recipe. I'm adding again the broccoli and cauliflower to my butter chicken recipe. I'm doing a like we said, butter chicken Navratan Korma mashup harmony. I'm using frozen from Kroger's or frozen broccoli and cauliflower. So we add this in here. I might as well, yeah, go ahead and add the whole bag. I have a 12-ounce bag, broccoli, cauliflower. I'm gonna add all of it in here. Put the stirring and mixing and stirring. Have it on the lowest heat. You know, we're moving with the synchronicity of the universe. We're moving at our divinely aligned pace. So we don't want our butter chicken curry to burn. All is well. My divine counterpart asked, why didn't I taste the butter chicken recipe before I put the broccoli and cauliflower in here? And the universe has been teaching the collective, teaching the collective that all is well. We all do things in different ways, and we're all guided by our soul space, heart space, higher self, ascended timeline self. The universe is in different ways. All is well. Let's taste our curry. Absolutely delicious. The lemon, mandatory, baby. We just said there's infinite ways to do things. I'm just kidding. The lemon really amplifies the flavor in this dish. The lemon and the salt, that's delicious. Okay, let's go ahead and add the rest of our heavy cream. The other half of our 16 flow ounces, 1 pint. Yes, got that in here. Now we're gonna add the rest of our tomato paste. Our 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Add the rest of this in here. 170 grams of tomato paste. Add this in here. Add this in here. That's funny. Add this in here. It's a lot of flavors. The last episode, that last recipe we did on here, we did the ratatouille and ground beef spaghetti recipe. And like I said in the episode, y'all, I said season to taste. Because I didn't add any salt in my recipe. And I didn't add any Parmesan cheese or any cheese at all. Because I was actually eating jalapeno cheddar cheese bread on the side. And that's really what inspired me to make a spaghetti dish, because I had the jalapeno cheese bread in my freezer, and I was like, I need something to eat that with. So I was intuitively guided to do the ratatouille spaghetti, ground beef spaghetti. So I had to say, the flavor in the ground beef ratatouille spaghetti, it was nuanced, right? You really had to appreciate the tenderness of the vegetables and the beef and the nuanced flavors. The flavor wasn't pow. The flavor was not hit you in your face. And my divine counterpart, he tasted it etherically, multidimensionally. He said, Ashley, that's bland. I said, no, it's nuance. It's nuanced flavors. And then I had to atone. I had to get honest. I was like, yeah, it was kind of bland. But I didn't want to add cheese. And I told the collective season to taste. So I'm sure yours wasn't bland. If you already done it, yours isn't bland. I told the collective season to taste. So I added the rest. I added the rest of this tomato paste can for the flavor. Make sure that the flavor is there, pungent, pow. Let's go ahead and mix all this together. Mix all this together. Mixing all the mixy. Not to get to confused with someone that goes to the club a lot. Someone that mixes in like in social spheres a lot. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me atone right now. Because I used to be derogatory towards the term mixy, or people that mix a lot. I think it's a collective thing. So ancestors, yes, it's a collective paradigm. For people that are really mixy, it's like a negative thing to be mixy. It's a part of our heritage. We don't need to shame and blame ourselves. We're a collective species. We like to commune. We shouldn't shame and blame ourselves. Let's be the wisdoms from the self-hate when it comes to being mixy. The mixy person. Mixy. Let's go ahead and add the rest of our spices in here as well. We're gonna add a little bit more spice in here. We're gonna be light with the turmeric. A bit more garam masala. It's a little bit more heavy with the garam masala. That's good. That's great. Ground cumin. All right. Let me check on my rice really quickly, y'all. Quickly. Check on my rice. Our rice is done. Ow, that lid is hot. Turn off our rice. Our rice is done. Plenty done. Plenty good. All right. Let's mix all this together. It is on the lighter side of this. I wanted a darker butter chicken. We're gonna taste it. Let's add our chicken. We're gonna taste it. Probably add the other half of that large lemon, this large lemon. And then hopefully it's not too spicy. We'll add chili powder for the color. Hopefully it doesn't get too spicy. It was a really pretty brown color, and then we added the rest of the half and half in the pot to give us more butter chicken recipe. Navratan Korma mashup recipe. Stop doing what? Stop being multidimensional. No, we love being multidimensional. A lot of the collective said, "Oh, it was a really pretty color, actually." Yeah, we had to add the rest of the half and half to get more recipe. More butter chicken. Did my thing. Did our thing. Did our thing. Oh, ginger. We gotta add this ginger. We'll add the ginger. We'll grate the ginger in here. Did our thing. Tasty. You know what it tastes like, y'all? I don't want to tell nobody. Nobody. Have y'all ever had the hamburger helper stroganoff? Beef stroganoff dish? It tastes like this a little bit. Like the creamy, like tasty nature. It's not a dish, it's a compliment. That's my favorite hamburger helper recipe. It's not a dish, it's a compliment. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get our chicken added in here. Big dish. It's not a dish at all. I don't perceive it like this. The collective perceives it like that. Like this. Dimensions of the collective. Take it as a slight. Well, I've learned a lot of wisdoms. I've garnered a lot of wisdoms, and you know, whenever we perceive individuality or difference, we're only perceiving like our one energy in different dimensions. Perfect example: flatbreads. I use this example often. We're gonna get to another example because I used this before. Flatbreads. We got tortillas. We got naan. We got partana. We have bolani. These are all flatbreads. From all over the world, different parts of the world, regions, and guess what? It is, and you know, they're different names, different cultures, but it's a flatbread, and you know, they do have their different tastes and methods of making them, but more, it's a flatbread, and you know, they all taste delicious, and they're flatbreads. Another example. Us, humanity. We receive a lot of differences because we appear to look different, like different cultures, different races, different ethnicities. And then we get to talking to one another. And we're like, whoa, we have a lot in common. Or, oh, that's a difference. What are you trying to show me about myself? So what was that person that's trying to show me about myself that I was unconscious to? Or like religion. A lot of the bases for religion are love thyself, love thy neighbor. Do to others as you will want done unto you. We are one with the divine. You know, so yep. So it wasn't an insult to say this butter chicken reminds me of hamburger helper beef stroganoff. Yeah, a lot of religions say we're one with the divine. And it was a part of us being diverted by our ascended timeline selves to like ignore our divinity and run to other places or run away from ourselves. Wow, divine revelation alert, divine remembrance alert. Wow. You're welcome, thank you. Yes, and thank you. I'm gonna turn on this fire only because this is actually looking really delicious. It's smelling, looking good. Smelling, looking good, smelling good. Actually, I'm going to keep the fire on. Thank you. Somebody said, don't you have to cook the chicken the rest of the 20% of the way? Yeah, very true. Let's keep this on, and we're going to put a pot on it to simmer it. So it simmers down. Simmers up, simmers down. Yes, something. Thank you. Extended timeline communication. Remembrances, communication, community. Whenever we commune with each other, remembering that we are communicating with ascended timelines, we're communicating with the divine evolution, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. What can we learn from each other, from our divinity and evolution, to be more consciously aware, consciously embodied with the frequencies of the remembrance that we are one, in wellness, balance, infinite dimension. And God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Getting our lid. And it doesn't need any more lemon. I'm not going to add any more lemon or any more salt. It tastes really great. No more lemon, no more salt. Put the lid on that let that simmer. And while that's simmering, we are going to grate a bit of our ginger to put in the pan. I'll be back up here in just one moment. Watch the pot simmer. I'll be right back. Thank y'all so much for sticking around for this Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips episode. We got so many great divine remembrances, satori, spontaneous spiritual awakening. Do not replace your professional medical advice with anything you experience here within Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips or any of my content. We made a delicious Navratan Korma butter chicken mashup harmony dish recipe. We talked about my podcast, Kingdom Things Podcast with Ashley-Nicole Phillips, available to stream on YouTube and Spotify, as well as Oneness Connection, Energetic Upliftment, available to stream on YouTube. We're here within Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips. Again, subscribe, hit the notification bell to join my offerings journey as we journey into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of the infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, in evolution in which we've always only been, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness. Again, my music, Ashley-Nicole Music, is available to stream on YouTube. Link below in the description of this Magic Meals with Ashley-Nicole Phillips content piece. All types of genres, healing frequencies. We also have my intuitive dancing show, Dancery, over there on within the playlist section. I also do community lives on Facebook, my personal Facebook account, which is linked below in the description of this Magic Meals video. Follow to join, to catch whenever I go live or whatever other offerings I have, you'll be able to perceive from my personal Facebook account. I go live on Facebook, whatever the ancestors tell me to talk about, channel about, or the ascended timeline self, infinite dimension selves. This is what I channel talk about to assist us as we awaken and remember that we are the divine evolution. We are infinite, one of infinite dimensions, simultaneously one with the infinite in evolution. We have my books as well. I channel the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel from the Ascended Dimensions of the Self, Infinite Dimensions in Evolution. The first part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, 3-book parcel, Coming Home, the story of Asiyah, followed by the second book, the story of Asiyah, I'm Home. Asiyah is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City. My soul said, Ashley, get excited. Okay, we did it. We'll remembering. Asiyah is a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school, Manhattan Prep. She goes through many experiences which help grow and evolve her into the remembrance that she is the divine evolution, as all beings, all things are the divine evolution. The third part of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel is my other half. It's analogous to what we're experiencing in divine evolution, as well as the twin flame divine counterpart journey. One soul manifests as two beings over many lifetimes, many eras of divine evolution as a human being of planet Earth. 4 love stories in one book. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. The soul's like, hey, Ashley, everybody has a divine counterpart twin flame, because once you remember your wholeness within the inside, celestial, galactic, oneness, unity, Christ consciousness, you magnetize, manifest, align your matching counterpart in your tangible reality. Let's go. Let's get it. That is actual and factual. Thank you, soul, Ascended Timeline Self, for this sharing. My other half, one soul manifests as two beings over many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a love and a life together. 4 love stories in one book. They will do so. The books are prophetic. Which lifetime, under which circumstances? This is the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. It is available now in the Amazon bookstore. If you're doing digital downloads, it's $9.99 per book, so $29.97 plus tax for the entire Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. If you're doing paperback copies mailed to your home, 2 bindings, Coming Home, the story of Asiyah, followed by the story of Asiyah, I'm Home, and 1 paperback binding mailed to your home. The third part, my other half, is in a separate binding, $9.99 plus tax. I'm sorry, Coming Home, the story of Asiyah, followed by the story of Asiyah, I'm Home, is $19.98 plus tax. And then the third part, my other half, paperback binding, is $9.99 plus tax. So it's $29.98 plus tax, plus shipping and handling for the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel to be mailed to your home, paperback copies. I'm also having an animated series. Asiyah started the animated series. It stems from the soul-guided, ascended timeline, self-guided manifestation channeling of the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. Also how I channel the animated series from the ascended timeline selves, or the infinite, which is here and now, our future self, which is truly here and now. We're growing and evolving, following our heart spaces, following the call to action, sit with ourselves every day. Hey soul, hey self, what is it that I need to know to come into greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of my future self in the present moment, to manifest as our future self in the present moment? No death, no disease, no war, no famine, world peace, no poverty, no pedophilia, no sex trafficking, no being trafficking. Conscious infinite energies having galactic species of the cosmos experience of divine evolution, or of God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. The infinite dimensions within and beyond. God, Allah, Shekinah, from Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High. Asiyah Story, the animated series, is available to stream AP short stories on YouTube, link below. Before we roll into a story of an episode of Asiyah Story, the animated series, I also want to invite you to come view, take part in my live series. It's how I channel all of my things, following the soul guidance and higher self guidance even before it makes sense. Just trusting the process to come into greater conscious awareness, expanded scope consciousness of what the divine or all things is trying to manifest to our existence. Out of the Box is available to stream my music channel, Ashley-Nicole Music, on YouTube. Playlist section, you'll see Out of the Box. So we're all going through waking up to the remembrance that we're infinite within this dream, this experience of dimensionality, or the perspective, perception of edges, form, or finite. Remembering that the finite has always been one with the infinite. About to roll into an episode of Out of the Box. Those are all of my offerings. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love. You have to love, because you have to love yourself in the way that you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because it helps us remember that we are one in each other. We are one in divine evolution. We are one with celestial, galactic, unity, Christ consciousness. We are one with Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Hashem, Brahman, the Most High, the infinite dimensions within and beyond. Allah, Shekinah, Prime Source, Brahman, the Most High. Self-love is the best love because as you love yourself, you're loving on the collective, or our unity, to greater conscious awareness, conscious embodiment of how we're one, how we're harmony, how we're wellness, how we're balanced. So on to an episode of Asiyah Story, the animated series, as well as Out of the Box. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Y'all, I was so excited about all these downloads and this delicious butter chicken. We didn't even taste it yet. Let's taste our butter chicken. And then we're gonna roll into these episodes. Okay. Hamburger helper, we've had great times. And I don't want to disrespect you either. This butter chicken meets Navratan Korma mashup harmonized dish. Over our warm, fluffy basmati rice. Is, like, restaurant or not, my favorite Indian curry I've ever had. And I would go to get Navratan Korma from a few spots back when I used to eat it heavy. Eat it heavy mean eat it a lot, like at least like once every other week. You're welcome and thank you. Y'all make y'all magic meal style butter chicken, Navratan Korma harmony dish. I know y'all gonna love it. Season to taste. All your soul space around your space. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Many things have changed since the last time my author, Ashley, put pen to the paper to share my story with your world. It all started when I had a grand epiphany that I never missed masculine love and attention. I just energetically remembered I was never going to receive the love I truly require and desire externally from the self. I energetically remembered I was never going to receive the love I truly require and desire with being imbalanced by not practicing the innate wisdoms that has always been stowed away in my heart and soul. No worries. Why? Some more heart-centered wisdoms. We experience or our existence from and as different perspectives to expand, grow, evolve the I am, or creation, or infinite existence. Infinite existence. Infinite creation. With the perspective I ancestrally inherited and co-created, I unconsciously and at the same time divinely projected divinely aligned, balanced, well-masculine energies, while finding temporary and fleeting solace within and as the energies of imbalance. We came into existence to balance. We came into existence to balance these energies with the way we live our lives and seek understandings or wisdoms from how we show up and experience the self. Hey, my name is Asiyah, and I am an interdimensional being. I know. I just found out myself. Everything that I thought was my truth was a lie. I chose to continue this life because of the one thing that I know isn't a lie. Love. Have you ever lost someone or something that is near and dear to you? Let's make this a safe space to face and express our deep emotional truths, irregardless of how these truths change the way we perceive our authentic or individual selves and others. A practice in which mirrors our humanity's dharmic purpose to practice and embody the frequencies of unconditional love and apex compassion. It was such a regular occurrence for me to take her out without her leash in the front yard, and for us to go back inside.
for everything to be okay. I feel like I was being careless, but Zoe says she was just ready to transcend, experience something different, something more evolved, something more abundant. Zoe, my little silky terrier, jumped in front of the wheel of a car next to the curb of our yard. I saw the whole thing happen. So, as you know, if you tune into my story, I study with many great sages, gurus, and spiritual masters to become more aligned with my infinite nature, or the truth, the facts, that all is one, all is within, and nothing truly decays or dies, but only changes form to grow and evolve the all, the I am, or infinite existence, or most commonly termed as God. The whole experience is, when I replay the experience in my mind, extremely traumatic. As I placed Zoe in the bag and into the box, I heard the spirit of the Devic kingdom. I now know it was the Devic kingdom, or Zoe's spirit, guiding me to be gentle with Zoe's body. I cried out for divine presence. I knew that my heart and mind was only perceiving a minute scope of what was taking place in the moment. And what did I tell you? That I forgot my truths. I am. We are. Every dimension of the I am. We're playing a game to learn more about ourselves, to grow and evolve. And that I've been with you in many shapes and dimensions, many forms, throughout your whole earthly experience, your entire earthly experience. Many lifetimes, Asiyah, not just this one. Yes. And I want to practice my chakma, my divine wisdoms, and not be so sad. Yes, you are your chakma, Asiyah. You are your divine wisdom, and you are feeling. You exist to feel or master energy. You are doing well. When you feel, use your mind to create thought patterns in which you want to manifest, and which you want to bring to your experience, in which you want to experience, dear Asiyah, dear humanity.
Do you remember the mission?
World peace.
And by world peace, not just your plane or dimension of reality.
Right. The human being of planet Earth is quantumly connected to every dimension of God's creation, every dimension of infinite creation.
Precisely. I did have a good feeling about you.
I'm going to share some divine wisdoms that in lifetimes before, lifetimes perceived past, I would generally have to whisper or keep to myself. We are unique frequencies, dimensions of the I am, or creation. Every person, place, or thing in our reality is a projection of where we stand in the universal balancing of all of existence in any moment. The Hermetic's principle of compensation, also known as karma, what goes around comes around. Do unto others as you would like done unto you. Humanity, we had this a little backwards. Our realities are a projection of our energies. All people, places, and things in our realities and beyond are a projection of our energies or our universal embodiment at any moment in time. Instead of holding resentment, rage, anger, sadness, pain, and projecting the resentment, anger, sadness, pain, or fear onto the people, places, and things within our reality, we have to take an inquisitive and understanding and compassionate disposition while learning and growing the self. With doing so, as the universes seek equilibrium, or the scales of justice are coming into balance, instead of parties, individuals, or dimensions of creation or the self or our reality being dealt vengeful karma, we are served chakma, or divine wisdoms that teach us, and which teach us why we experience the things we experience, to grow us into more, instead of killing ourselves, each other, one another. You want to know a really cool way to expedite universal growth or quantum manifestations? Lean it. Tell everybody. The past versions of ourselves are only a mirror to the future versions of ourselves in different dimensions. Whenever we experience bad luck, we're truly experiencing our own energies projected from our past versions of self, or limiting beliefs in which we once held that we no longer align to. Welcome to the future.
Miss Tracy, fairy godmother. And so we meet again. Your family. Forgive them, Asiyah. I'm an orphan. No, you are not. Irregardless of how out of place you have felt your entire life. Sweet baby, for the energies you chose to experience, and by chose, I mean when a dimension of creation or person, thing, or place need another dimension to continue to grow and evolve, it naturally produces it. You and every human have lived the most abundant reality in which was required for the makings of you, for the evolution of you. I feel deep pains in my heart, deep density in my heart. I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. I remain heart-centered and allow my chakma, the divine wisdom that I am, to utilize this deep, dense energy to manifest or create wellness, the upliftment and balance for all things, for the oneness and upliftment of all things, the regeneration of the human genome, the activation of the human's DNA, the expansion of the human's consciousness to manifest a reality of world peace. And so it is. And so it is. My name is Asiyah, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asiyah, followed by the story of Asiyah, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from a day's trip, I have read my attempts letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment
in the fate of death, he pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which we must state to the cause. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. Though I was born here on Earth to find you. I was created upon my personal, the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore. The secular, non-secular business. Antiquated. We don't need it anymore. We can allow ourselves to enjoy our human experiences. Our human experiences have 0 degrees of separation from the divine. So, morning bagels and grocery shopping, guilt-free. And always remember to have a concerted focus on allowing light to reveal where I can be more balanced, well, universally aligned and loving. Vulnerable share, because sharing ourselves with the world is another degree of intimacy with the self. A little soul serenation.
I open doors with the curiosity self. I open doors and curiosity in my body. My temperance, magic in my body. We are my body. My temperance, bioevolution. We are our magic that's held inside. Sprang from the earth, my bioevolution. With the divine magic that's held inside. Came in and body to assist with the paradigm. It's so came in and body. It's so divine. My body. It's so all defined as a human. We are all defined as a vine. My existence stands from universal love. My existence, I exist from the dreams of us love. My ancestors, I exist through the dreams of my ancestors.
Here's where I get into my haka therapy, as prescribed by the Mayan and Olmec ancestors.
Hey Ash, received your request for companionship, so I thought I'd give you a ring.
Nice for you to call. Yeah, universal forces are answering and asking about my requests, which are eons old. Now that I identify as more than just my human, I'm garnering understandings that these requests are eons old. Now that I identify as my limitless potentials.
You got it. Irregardless of any preconceived notions you may hold, the galactic communities of the galactic creation are inspired and enthusiastic about the activation of the bipedal human into your divine presence. Remember, Ashley, evolution is a journey, not a race. An infinite journey at that. The spawning of the bipedal human, or God, limitless potentials, intangible, is an eons-old quest for the Creator, our Creator, to cultivate an unconditional love and compassion that creation needs and needed. You are your companion. Learn to love without the fear of losing love.
Spoken like a true great sage. Yes, I am practicing cultivating thought patterns and energies that grow love that isn't afraid of losing love. It is super cool to perceive how the self, or universal forces, responds to my changes in energetic embodiments.
Have fun, Ashley. And remember, be balanced, wellness, and kind.
Great talking to you too, Em.
As it is always a pleasure speaking to you as well, Ashley.
Talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
In our home fries, on pastry dough.
So
we did happy birthday. God, the Most High,
take
my
all
life
your
is creator or source.
We are one, the found, yeah, the found.